And we are flowing. We are flowing in a deep space. Limbless. Mindless. Thoughtless. We are floating into the realm of the monsterhood, where nothing shines, but everything glows. That's right. Oh. What am I doing? Oh crap. Hold on, folks. Felix is calling me. I'm good. How are you, sir? Oh, hell yeah. Take it. Congrats. Where are you at and what time? Okay. Okay.
Hi.
I'm gonna be doing something online now, so I might be delayed, but I'll try to get back as.
Hello?
Cool. All right, man.
Hi,
Yep. See ya. Good luck. Have fun.
see couldn't wait for you.
It's fine. You should just ping me when the stream starts and I would have come on. Oh yes, a troll that turned into a rat. You are correct, Procrastitron. Let me just ping Z real quick.
Sorry, I just got a phone call. That's why I went off. But yes, we should be ready here. And Chris is here, so I don't have to talk to myself. That's wonderful. C said he has a prior engagement with friends. He might come back, he might not. So we will see about that.
I see.
C is being a C. A sea of tears.
Being a Z.
All right. All right, folks. Here we go. Couple of things to introduce. Where is Dande? Where is he when you need him? Okay. Well, welcome to Monstercast number 48. That's right. Let's see here. Let me pop out this chat box of our YouTube viewers. There we go. So this is 48. We've been doing this for 48 weeks. Congratulations, guys. As always, I thank you all that show up for these. We've never had a no-show, no-call before. So these guys are committed, as we are, to our monsters that we love and enjoy. Today's topic is Lovecraftian monsters. We'll go into a little bit of an introduction on that and then share on our behalves. But before we get started, let's introduce everyone and let's chat about Dande's last challenge. So, first of all, let's introduce everyone. We do have, let me see here. We do have Dande in text. He's out there somewhere. We do have Darth Phoenix. Welcome, Darth Phoenix. Guten Tag. We do have JMPF. Hola, JMPF. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
Hola, estoy bien.
Awesome. And we have Chris Chu. Dzień dobry, Chris. I'll just talk to you in Polish.
No, I'm not Polish.
I know.
Wrong Slavic country.
But Slavic nonetheless. So I'll just say hello to you in Polish until I find the Bulgarian hello. How are you, Chris? How is it?
Zdravej.
Zdravej. Oh, that's
Zdravej.
easy. Zdravej.
Precisely.
It's
You
almost...
You nailed it.
It's almost like saying in Polish we say cheers when we eat. You know, you say na zdrowie for your health.
Well, that's what we also say for cheers, but it's just wishing good health.
Right. Alrighty. Zdrowie. Zdrowej.
Приятно ми да се срещнем пак.
Alrighty. That's a little bit more. It sounds a little bit more Russian, I'd say, in that case than Polish, that sentence.
Well, basically, the entirety of the Slavic populations in Europe got both their faith and their language from us in one way or another, since we're the first ones who adopted the Cyrillic alphabet and formed the language around it.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, you got that. Awesome. Let's go on to Pro. Procrastitron. Hail. Welcome. Glad to see you here. How do you say it in Afrikaans? Afrikaans hello? I don't know. Some Dutch accent. Dutch's accent. He's been playing System Shock too. Hello, who else we got here? Big ass flip flop, which is Preachy Mink. Wow, it's been a while since I've seen him here. I know he's been active, just haven't seen him on the Monstercast. Awesome to have you here, buddy. I hope you can hear me well, and I hope you're doing well. Next we have Dio. Holy Dio, the giver of the watermelons. Welcome, Dio. Guten Tag. Awesome. And over on YouTube, we have Me Horror Show. Awesome. I think that's the first time they may be watching us live. Excellent. We have Louis Zenadog saying, hello there, Monsterites. We have Rain Crawler. I thought the podcast was here. You're right. This is the podcast, the Monstercast. Because we are so original, putting the word monster into everything. That's how it should be, though. Okay. Yeah, there you go, Pro. That's GoPro. Sorry, you're not a GoPro. But indeed, that's why Mink has attained that latest rank of what? Of the purple one. Inquisitor Lich. There we go. Okay, guys, so I don't have too much time today, so we can't go much over 2 hours or at all. I might even have to pick someone up. Okay, let's see here. So I'm going to go over Donde's post here. This is Donde's challenge. We'll review that, and then we'll get into Lovecraftian monsters. Okay? Huzzah? Huzzah.
Huzzah.
Huzzah. Excellent. So,
Huzzah.
wonderful. So Donde, if you guys don't know, every month he has an art challenge. If you guys know, we have a yearly annual challenge since we started this channel, the main World of Monsters channel. So we will be having our art contest there with a money prize for Halloween. Okay, I'll be announcing the topic for that at the start of October. But Donde runs a art challenge every month. He sets the theme for it. There's really no prize. You put your submissions into the Creating Monsters section here on the Discord, and then at the end of the month, we review it and talk about the ones we like and why. So if you guys can scroll up, I'm sorry about this, but if you can scroll up to several images that Donde posted, we can go from there. Otherwise, if you're watching us live, you'll see it just fine. Let me make sure the stream is paused. Yes, it is. Okay. We all good then?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Me Horror says, is it okay to post other monster art in the Facebook group? Yes, of course. If you know who it's from, go ahead and post the link. It's always good to shout out. If you don't, that's fine. Maybe just make a note that it's not yours. So you're welcome to do that on Facebook. You're welcome to do that in our groups here as well. Just let us know who it's from if it's not yours. For the contests or challenges, then obviously not. It does have to be your work. Contest, I'm down. Excellent. Good. So Me Horror Show is another artist. Awesome. Okay. Let me discuss what the challenge was. The last challenge was monsters that come out at night. Okay? So, the first one we have here is this bat-looking one. Let me enlarge in the text. It is the demon of the hateful night. This beast is known by the name Arakuruchi. It was kidnapped as he was still young and beaten by the members of the monster hunting guild to lure the females of his kind and kill them. He was given water of fountain of youth to keep him young as they killed the last of the females of his species, and the males slowly died. The guild left him to die but because of the water he became immortal and grew over the 1,000 years in his prison till he broke free. He is hunting all the ancestors and their friends. Family of the guild who killed this species, he slowly kills them slowly, so they feel his pain. There's a lot of slowness in this and a lot of large. Who created this one? I'm not sure, and I'm not gonna scroll. Can I scroll really quick? That's Darth Phoenix. Okay, wonderful. Clap, clap for Darth Phoenix on this one. I love the added lore. Not too long, and it is deep. So, it got jailed, then he overgrew. Okay, next one. We have the Rauts. Are a species developed in the shadowy depths of Earth, which found an exit to the human world through a cave. So they now wander the streets at night, feeding on whoever is not fast enough to escape. They're blobs with tentacles and spikes and have a poisonous bite. Ooh, sounds a little Lovecraftian. Okay, so that's that one. So I'll introduce them first, and we'll chat quick which ones we like and why not. So there you go. It's a blob with tentacles. Came out from the caves, kind of like the Vesps, if you guys saw my video. And here it is, coming out of the cave. Wonderful. Who is this one by? Did anybody
Mine.
make a note?
This is mine.
It is JMPF's. Wonderful. Clap, clap for JMPF. And the next one we have this one. He can create whoever you want, whatever lurks in your mind, an unlimited climax, and at only the cost that after this you can never be satisfied by anyone else. Ooh, he's almost like the Wishmaster, so it can turn into any form. Pretty awesome little drawing there. I wish we could see it clear. Sorry, Chris?
That whole bit about not being able to be satisfied by anything else, so you're forced to look into other extremes, that sounds a lot like Slanesh.
Slanesh, yep. That indeed is reminiscent of it. Raincrawler, is that yours? I'm thinking this may be Raincrawler's work, looking at the artwork.
Yes, it is.
It is, okay. Awesome, thank you,
This is
JMPF.
Raincrawler.
Chris and JMPF deserve watermelons. Note to everyone. Okay, continuing on that, he posted, he was a Cenobite, okay, so like a Cenobite of Hellraisers, that rebelled against Leviathan and the Hell Priest, Pinhead, saying that the Cenobites lost their main purpose of experiencing the flesh. He ripped his leather clothing. Ooh, so he's more of a Cenobite than the Cenobites, apparently, considering himself embodiment of lust and perversy. Perversy. Sorry. Name Velvet Needle. Okay, good. I thought I was seeing Velvet Noodle. That'd be too perverted. Velvet Needle keeps it
Why would a
mentionable.
noodle be perverted? It's just food.
To you it is, Chris. To summon him, you will need the Crimson Thorn at the night. The summoner has to pierce his heart and thorn on 13th beat. Wow. So it's very specific. You need this specific thorn, and you have to pierce the heart after the 13th beat. I love that. That's an excellent detail. I wonder what inspired you to write that out, Raincrawler, that 13th beat. I have never heard that somewhere, for a heart to be stabbed upon a specific beat. I don't think I've heard about that in a movie or something, or in a book. I do like that. Frenzy without limit. You can only summon him once. Beware of time process. He can create whoever. Okay. That's that. So what does he look like? So he has a crown upon his head. Nice. Okay, next one. Here are the monster pictures from last month's challenge. Okay, and here's Donde's, the Schlork. I love the name, the Schlork. He's the nemesis of the Lorax. I'm kidding. Big eyes to see in the dark. Long, stretchy flesh. Okay, so this is Dando's evil presence of the night. Alrighty, so that's everything. So What do you guys have to say? I'll read the text below. So go ahead and write out your thoughts. Which one is your favorite and why? But meanwhile, I'll ask Chris since he's in voice. What do you think, Chris?
These are all quite intriguing. I gotta say though, the 40k bias is a little bit with me, so I gotta go with the one that gives you those experiences that makes you want to do more. That the last one can no longer satisfy you. That kind of thing.
Nice. So the Cenobite of lust and perversy, pervertedness. Alrighty, let's see what you guys have to say. Louis says, I picked the Shogoth as my... Okay, so that's the messenger. Okay, I'll look into that. I've posted Werewolf Art before in Facebook group. Oh, okay, cool, Horror Show. So you're not new. You're just new to this, but you've been in our Facebook group for a while. Cool. You need practice. Okay, I notice people aren't into monster draw as much as me. I think... Yeah, there's a few, but I think there may be more here. And I think you'll start to sing it more the more you get active with all this here. So that's great. Here in World of Monsters, you will find all kinds of monster art and lore. And Louis is in both groups as well. So he sees all the stuff, and he shares actually, mostly on Facebook, but he does share here almost every Saturday too. We need to make sure to make Louis a Plague Scholar once he's ever on here, because he does join us through Facebook almost every week. Okay, so catching up down here. What are you guys saying? What are you guys super saying? Let's see, topic. I can do that. Yay, Mink, bye. Okay. I would chat, but sadly my mom caught me talking on Fridays with Pro at 2 a.m., so I don't want to get on her bad side. Damn it. Why do I have to deal with children? No, I'm sorry to hear that, Pro. I know how that can be. Next time, invite her to chat. We'll find out the depths of evil within her. Okay, so... big props to those who know what I'm talking about. The Nameless King. Catching up. Rides the steed. Stickman, other drawings. Okay, so nobody said too much relevant to that. Okay. I will say I love Cenobites. One of the reasons why I like Hellraiser so much, it's actually not that great. Even the first one, it's good. But compared to some horrors or the later ones, it's not that amazing. I think Hellraiser has potential to be a really, really awesome series. Even the TV show, it could be. But they just didn't take it there. It has the ability, though. And the demons are quite awesome, in my opinion. Out of these, I have to give it to the first one, which was Darth Phoenix, right? For writing in that lore with the beast growing so big. I did like that one as well. I do give it to JMPF. I think that was JMPF, yes. For going a little bit more Lovecraftian, which will nicely segue us into today's topic. And then Dande's, of course, a rugged-looking, creepy monster. I like it. Fun as hell. All right, ghoulish. Let me post my ghoul emoji. That's right, because that's the stuff we can do here in Discord if you guys have never joined. It's a fun place.
Arthur, that is a very ghoul emoji.
It is very ghoul emoji. I felt ghoul making the ghoul emoji. All right. So, we'll just go, I think we'll go down the list today. Last time we were going up the list. Today we'll go down the list. Dante, if you can hear me, do let me know. Give me a raise your hand. Cool, you can. I need to post more art. So congratulations, Dante, on your challenges. If I may, I'll mention your next challenge for this month. Is that all right with you? So this month's Dante's Art Creating Monsters Challenge is going to be create your own SCP. So create the monster, draw it out, give it some lore, and throw it in the creating monsters thing. You can tag Donde while you're at it. If you want to join these challenges, you can join on Facebook as well, but you're going to have to probably shoot me a private message there with the image of it once we go into talking about them live here, and we will do that at the end of the month. Okay? So SCP Monsters, that is the next challenge, Donde Challenge, and that will be, we'll discuss that at the end of the month or beginning next month live. And he does an event also on Discord, reviewing them first before they're even mentioned on the Monstercast. Be sure to read the do's and don'ts. So he says, be sure to read the do's and don'ts of creating an SCP. It's all on the website when you're making an SCP. So visit the website, check it out. Don't, if you're worried about too much work, if you don't have time, don't worry. Just keep it simple. Just make sure you follow the rules. Okay, let's go into Lovecraftian monsters, which is today's topic. First of all, to discuss what makes a Lovecraftian monster. What do you guys say? In the text, on YouTube, in voice. What, in your opinion, makes a Lovecraftian monster?
A particular black cat, but I will not say its name because I don't want you to get banned off of YouTube.
Black cat, interesting. Actually, that made me think of a creature from D&D that has kind of tentacles, and it's a cat. I forgot the name of it.
No, I was referring to Lovecraft's actual pet cat.
Oh.
Do not Google its name.
Gotcha.
Just don't do it on stream.
Yeah. I believe I remember hearing of that. But anyway, I guess that made me mention that cat of D&D. And why would I think it's Lovecraftian? Why did I bring that up? I guess tentacles. I think that comes to mind for many. Tentacles and sea life. Fishiness. Fishy faces. Fishy humanoids. And octopi and squiddish. The cephalopodish folk. Can't say the N-word. SCP are kind of...
And
Because
slime.
Cthulhu has become popular, is what I'm going with.
Cthulhu has become popular, indeed. Even though he's not the biggest of the gods there.
I don't know, he's a weak ass bitch in the Lovecraftian power scaling ladder. Like, he is very low on that.
Okay. So, anything else, guys, that makes you think Lovecraft when you look at monsters? I'm thinking also body horror. Body horror being sort of the mutilated appearance or twisted, what's the other word? Modified appearance of a human or creature. That can also be reminiscent of Lovecraft a little bit. So everybody agree? Everybody on board? It's a mind-bending.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, the interdimensional part, Batwing, godlike beings, yep. Beings that you look at and lose your mind. There is that movie with Sandra Bullock on Netflix that copied the Quiet Place movie. But in this movie, anybody that looks at the monster, they die. They go insane. So it is that kind of Lovecraftian theme again. A little bit. Just that little bit of it. They never actually show the monster, which is clever, to do in the movie. But, yeah. So that's an interesting thing. It is fascinating how many people Lovecraft has actually influenced. How many comic book writers, how many novel writers, how many game creators. And I'm not just saying, again, modern day people, but through earlier history of the last century, how many people were actually influenced by his writing? It's pretty impressive. So, shout out to Lovecraft. Let's get started. Bird Box. Yes, that movie was called Bird Box. Lovecraftian at its best, says Raincrawler. So let's start with Dando. Dande, what creature, Lovecraftian creature, would you like to share today? Wait for Dande to type it out.
This is gonna be a bit awkward because I barely know anything about the Lovecraftian creatures.
Yeah, me too. So I'm just gonna share something it's not Lovecraft. It's just Lovecraftian in appearance. I do want to get into it though. I do, and I will.
Though
Alright.
the most appropriate for Lovecraft thing that you could say is cosmic horror. The horror that comes from the realization of how insignificant humanity is in the grand scheme of things.
Right. Okay, just sending off text. We have machines. And done. Okay, let's get on. Sorry about that. Moment of silence for myself. Okay, so Dande says, I'll go with the one I know, the thing from it. Ah, well, there we go. C was here earlier, and he said that what he was going to share, I forgot the other one, but he did say that he wanted to share it. And what it can turn into and what he does turn into. And with it, of course, I'm speaking of Pennywise. Well, Pennywise is one of the forms, but the thing from it. So where its true form is unimaginable and where they see it as a spider. Right. Yeah, very Lovecraftian. Again, Lovecraft influence. Or something to that effect, contrary to what they saw it as when they were children, a clown. Right, something you look at and it's unimaginable, undescribable. I love that idea. I love that idea of unimaginable, undescribable, a color you have never seen or cannot imagine. Excellent concepts, indeed. Let it be known that when I say influenced by Lovecraft, these are pretty sure things. I don't like when something does come out and then everybody says that's influenced by that, that's influenced by that. So it makes it look like nobody has any original ideas anymore, which is not true. But in this case, indeed, Lovecraft did influence this and the things we will talk about. And that's fair, I think, in this case. I love the atmosphere of H.P. Lovecraft horror. Me Horror Show says, me too. Absolutely. One of my favorite horror movies, ones that I discovered later in life, is Dagon. I love the horror movie Dagon. You guys have to see Dagon. I mentioned it to AJ Pickett over on YouTube, the big D&D YouTuber. He enjoyed it too. Dagon is awesome. It's Lovecraft, and it has that whole feel of cloudy, dreary beach side, with weirdos, weird fish people. It's an excellent Lovecraft movie. I wonder if there's a better one, or one equivalent even to being as Lovecraftian as that one. Do mention them, because I would love to. I do love the atmosphere as well. Okay. Let's see. Event Horizon coming into mind. Event Horizon. Don't know much about that. Fear of the unknown and sea and space. Indeed. All right. Well, thank you, Dante, for sharing. So, yeah, I was wondering why C was mentioning it, and then I forgot that the whole creature is supposed to be unimaginable, and that's the correlation there. What do you think, Chris? Anything about that?
Honestly put, I haven't been experienced Dagon. Isn't Dagon the god from the story with the fish village people, fish town?
Yes, he is.
I gotta admit that was a pretty that whole story, that entire town that was described gave me very, very strong vibes of Hans get the Flammenwerfer.
Okay. And what is that?
Hans get the flamethrower.
Okay,
It's
that's what
a
you said.
meme.
Right. Most
Normally, it's
certainly.
used when you see, lots of bugs or something very nasty and ugly. Just Hans gets a Flammenwaffe.
There you go. I think, yeah, definitely that story would invoke that in you, Chris. That's why it's great too, because a lot of his stories are short stories or poems. Again, guys, remember Dagon. I can't shout it out enough. Because right from the start, the movie it just starts going when he gets to the land. It doesn't stop until the end. It just keeps going. It's not a long movie, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't halt at all, and you can feel for him. It's a great movie. I have to say it. Um, let's see. One more shout out I forgot before we go to Darth Phoenix. Get ready, Darth Phoenix. I'm going to call you out next. If you do have something to share. If not, then let me know. Procrastitron, huzzah to basically our community leader here on Discord, has created a Monsterhood group, a World of Monsters group over on Steam. So you're welcome to follow that. We'll see where that goes, if it goes anywhere. Nonetheless, it's out there. Thank you, Pro. Here's another watermelon for that, sir. Well done. I congratulate you on that. Okay, let's go on to JMPF said, I love you never know who knows what on these topics. Excellent. JMPF said Dagon was actually based on a shadow over Innsmouth. The shadow over Innsmouth. What is that? Is that his story? Okay, that's one of the so that's one of the Lovecraft stories. Yes, it is. Okay. And Dagon is just a portion of oh, that's what you're talking about. The movie Dagon is based on that. Okay, on that story. Gotcha. A little bit slow. But I'm actually fast for being as early it is for me. Okay, let's go to Darth Phoenix. Darth Phoenix, do you have anything Lovecraftian to share today with us? A lot of motion today. Darth Phoenix says SCP-2662. Cthulhu FR.
Yes, the Cthulhu SCP.
Oh,
Actually,
yeah?
I need to pop off for about 5 to 10 minutes. I will be right back, guys. But that is a glorious one. A nice selection, Dark Phonics.
Awesome. Alrighty, we'll be here. Cool. So, Chris confirmed it. So, it is a very Cthulhu-ish creature. Look, I'm not even legal to lead a cult yet. Can you just please leave me alone? Nice. All right. So he did say F off, so I'm assuming he might be even more powerful than... Well, I doubt he's more powerful than Cthulhu. What else can you tell us? Basically, Cthulhu as a teenager. Okay. There you have it. How big is he? Is he human size? Or is he a little bigger? Is he like 20 feet tall? Let me know the size. Whenever you guys describe a mysterious creature, I need to know the size. Oh, by the way, you guys are the first to see. I'm not going to say anything because I've been so happy. This is the reason, Pro, or anybody during the week that was here early this week, I said, I'm so happy right now. The reason why I said that and then I left is because of this on my neck. It's very dark, but there it is. Oh, yes, baby. Oh, yes. A replacement. Whew. I am so pleased with it. Yes. I think I'll bring it up on the live stream, the official live stream I'll be doing when I'll be doing it over on the main channel. Someone tell me what it is. Abba, tell me. Okay. I have mentioned that I'll be getting it. Okay. What's the size? What's the size of this teenage Cthulhu? I can't see anything, so it'll be a mystery until then. Good. It's a replacement for the claw I had on my neck, on my necklace. Anybody know what the past claw was of what animal? I'll give you a watermelon if you can guess correctly or if you remember. Okay, let's continue. I love in the movie Dagon, they don't say Innsmouth, but they mentioned Imboca in Spanish. Ah, so that's the same, they're both references to the book.
Mouth means boca. So in mouth, in boca.
Right. Boca
It's a
means mouth.
translation.
I knew that.
Boca is mouth.
Okay. That's cool. So they mentioned it in Spanish. That's a nice little Easter egg kind of thing. I just finished watching In the Mouth of Madness horror show. Awesome. How did you know about Mouth of Madness? Because I have mentioned it. I enjoyed that movie. How was it, horror show? Do let me know. How was In the Mouth of Madness? Also had some Lovecraftian there, didn't it? I forgot. Dagon is the Philistines' god. He appears in the Bible. Imboca, correct. Nice. Imboca. Horror show, let me know what you thought of In the Mouth of Madness. Time. This is Pearl freaking out. Time for Arthur to see who's paying attention now. That's right. What claw of what animal did I have on my necklace before? Come on, it's been in many drawings. You know it was a part of me. It is a part of me, but it has retired. Here it is, by the way. Now I have something new, something bigger, something ancient on me neck. Ooh, I'm so happy with that. Whew, I just Googled it and it says 4 meters. Okay, so a 4 meter tall Cthulhu teenager is an SCP. Interesting. 4 meters tall. Yes, perfect. Perfect height. Or bigger. Enjoy the Minecraft, my fellow friends. That's all? That's all Jono has to say? Hold on, I'm gonna unleash a little. There we go. Get him back. Horror show still didn't reply. Maybe he's writing. I'm looking forward to what he thought. Moving on to the next person. Oh, Louis got it. Louis gets... Damn it. If Louis ever starts being active here, guys, remember, give him a bunch of watermelons to make up for a lot of stuff that he said that nobody else got in the Discord. He doesn't have an account here. He's just not too active here. So, again, Louis got it. Louis said, you had a lion claw. It's a wild guess. That was a guess, but it was correct. A lion claw. They're actually illegal to sell, and they should be now. To sell, I'm not sure in Africa, but of course to import-export they are. But it is a lion's claw. It was handed down to me. I think I will hand it down to the next Monster Master after I pass. Well, we'll see. To eternity, because I'm not planning on passing. Congratulations there, JMPF, Watermelon. You just leveled up to 28. Okay, let's continue here. Also, by the way, Horror Show said their cool artist plays some synth wave. His name is Carpenter Brute, but he has an awesome video called Escape from Village Village, which is a reference to H.P. Lovecraft. Dagon. Awesome. Great to know. And let me know, Horror Show, I still have the question. What did you think of In the Mouth of Madness? You have to tell me. And how did you find out about that movie? I just want to get some credit for you hearing it from me. The Mouth of Madness was an awesome movie. It was awesome. I love the unhappy ending. And Dagon has a little bit of that too. Although it's happier, it's a strange ending. I love... That's what makes horror movies... I'm sorry I'm getting so distracted here, especially on the limited time that I have today. But that's what I love with horror movies, dark movies. It's when there's not just a happy ending. Like the heroes kill the thing, it's done, and then you see its eye pop out and you know there's going to be another installment coming up. Nah, that's kind of lame. It's overdone. I like a dark ending. In the Mouth of Madness, a little bit of a spoiler. You'll probably forget it by the time you watch it. He loses his mind at the end of the movie. And he just laughs, and everybody in the world is kind of dead. That's a little bit too much, but that feeling, that was absolutely awesome. He was watching the movie of his own life. Dagon, similar thing. He doesn't die, but things change. So, yeah, I do like endings to movies like that. It makes it very reminiscent. Oh, another one, The Mist, and a Lovecraftian influence there too. The Mist, Stephen King's movie. Love the ending there. It is so dramatic with the music, everything. If you've seen The Mist, and you know what I'm talking about, that ending, come on, you gotta put a huzzah somewhere. You gotta give a huzzah to The Mist, because that was intense. That was really, really powerful. Excellent ending there. Excellent work of Stephen King's. Oh crap, I haven't caught up here. That's the problem. Okay, I am on JMPF. JMPF, please share your Lovecraftian monster. It was sad, Darth Phoenix. It was really sad. The story well executed. Indeedo. Would be a good one to read too. You know, it's a Stephen King's movie or writing when you have a lot of different personalities, and some that you just really hate, or some really strong personalities. That's what I noticed. You'll see a lot of talking in Stephen King's movies. It just shows you how he sees humanity in many cases, and he's not wrong. But yeah, a lot of that. What was the ending? In The Mist? Pro, you haven't seen The Mist? Yeah, you can't. That one's quite a spoiler. Yeah, watch it, Pro. Put that on your list, because that one, if you spoil it, it's quite a big spoiler. It won't ruin the whole movie or anything, but it'll ruin a quarter of it, maybe. Okay. I saw The Mouth of Madness in the 80s. Me too. I think I saw it in the early 90s, maybe, as a kid. I'm an 80s child. I grew up watching John Carpenter movie. Same here, my friend. It's good to have someone to connect with. Love the design of the eyes. Mouth of Madness. The design of the eyes. Yeah, the creatures. In The Mouth of Madness, there's a scene where he's in a tunnel running away, and all these just monsters. They're indescribable monsters, because normally you can say, oh, it's the humanoid monster, it's a dragon, it's this, it's that. But in Mouth of Madness, there's a lot of horror movies like this, but the monsters they're just horrors, fleshy horrors, and they're driving after him. Big fan of John Carpenter, work musically and film-wise. Right on. Okay, JMPF, have you shared? If JMPF doesn't share soon, we'll go to the next person. It'll be spoiled like the slushy's going down the drain. Get slushy. Okay, JMPF, if you can hear me, it's your turn when you're ready. Let's go to the next person. That's Chris. Chris is away right now. Pro. What is the Lovecraftian monster you would like to share? Come on, Pro. Let's hear it. I didn't like the Dagon ending. The guy accepts his killer after they killed his... Right. Well, but they didn't give it much time, right? It just showed that, he goes off with her and all that. It didn't show what's going on in his head and the forgivingness. It was really brief, too brief. And that's what I didn't like about it, is it happened, but I wanted to see more. But, maybe it was such a mental shift when he transformed into, whatever, to be able to live like that. And that's what changed his mind. He just saw things differently. But yeah, I don't like the fact how he quickly forgot all that, right? Shrugged it off. There should have been a bit more shown to that. It's fine if he did, but there should be more of that shown. And there just wasn't enough of anything shown once that started. It just ended there quickly. I hate when... Who has this feeling out there that's listening to me? Lonely me, yeah. Who has this feeling out there that many movies end too abruptly? Many good movies. You wait this whole movie for example, this son and daughter, or son and daughter, for this father and son, or father and daughter, or mother, to finally reunite. You've waited the whole movie, you're watching, you're going through the struggles, then they finally reunite, and it's like 1 minute and the movie's done. Aren't we curious what happens next? Like, they tell their tale, some reuniting moment, some after the fact moment. Don't just end the movie at the exact point that we're all waiting to see and then stop it there. Give us a few more minutes to feel it, not just give us the frickin' credits and make us think about it and imagine stuff, as it's absolutely usually fake, right? Anyway, so engage our imaginations with the lore a bit more, is what I'm saying. Sometimes do. I'm gonna go next. I'm pro. Alrighty. Thank you, pro. That's cute. Eyes on pro. Okay, so here we go. Pro says, the Brethren Moons. Ooh, excellent shout out there. The Brother Moons and Blood Moons are gigantic space-faring necromorphs which are discovered to be the source of the marker signals. They are believed to be the final life cycle stage of the necromorphs. Due to their agenda, the Brethren Moons are the central antagonists of the Dead Space franchise. The moons are a clear reference to Lovecraftian horror, a monstrous, intelligent, devouring godlike entity that seemingly could not be stopped by the protagonist alone. Anybody out there that hasn't played Dead Space or not into video games, do watch my videos on all about the necromorphs, because it's worth it. The lore is really worth it. Touch the game ever or not, doesn't matter. Check out the lore, because the Brother Moons and necromorphs are really worth it. Particularly if you're a creative mind. Do check those out if you haven't. Pro misses the Kanawa show, discovered it years too late. Yeah, poor Pro. I thank Pro for all those years of the support. And Donde. Okay. So there you go. Lovecraftian, very much so. Twisted, again, body horror. Great shout out there, Pro. I wasn't thinking about it. Let's see what you guys are saying. I believe that was... I believe that was his destiny. He couldn't change nothing no matter what he did. Maybe. I'd have to read the story, Raincrawler. That adds another dimension to everything. I really should, damn it. I plan to. It's a matter of time. And finishing this video I've been working on for weeks now. He was like, oh, well, I guess I'm banging my new sister of the sea monster. Yeah, that's pretty much what he was like. I mean, I could see myself turning to that, but I would still want to, figure out what just happened and work through that, right? Sister, was that it kind of was a sister, huh? I shouldn't have said that then. A lot of out of context there. I could be caught on. Oh, crap. Let's move on real quick. Kill my old friend. Maybe Pro wasn't listening. After they killed his girlfriend. Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Face of my friend. Yeah, just kill my old girlfriend. Face. Okay. All right, moving onward. Let's go on to Big Ass Flip Flop, which is Preachy Mink. Preachy Mink, can you hear me? Voices to the Preachy Mink. Donde got it all. But Donde's good. Donde's a good guy. He's mature. He's not going to do me like that. I have trust in Dondo. Donde, would you say your artwork is at all Lovecraftian influence, Donde? Could you say that, or it's hard to say? Totally understand if it's hard to say. Yes, Preachy. Do you have any Lovecraftian monster you would like to share? Okay. Yeah, I think at your point, Donde, like mine, it's hard to say just who really influenced, because you grow up around all that, around so many different things and influences. It's hard to pinpoint, I think. So if you don't know clearly and you can't pinpoint it, then Yeah, it's hard to say. Okay. Preacher wasn't ready for this. One thing of advice that I heard lately, artists discussing, guys, if you're an artist out there, and Preachy Mink is ready. I'll continue this later. Maybe, let's see. If I don't, remind me if you're interested. Let's go with Preachy Mink's share. Ooh. Hermes mora, also known as Hormeus, Hormora, Hermamora, the woodland man, and the gardener of men. The Daedric prince of knowledge and memory.
He is an immense asshole. Hermes more.
His sphere is the scrying of the tides of fate, of the past and the future as read in the stars and heavens. He is not known for being good or evil. He seems to be the keeper of both helpful and destructive knowledge, although he usually sees all seekers of any knowledge as his servants. So, what lore is it from? It's Elder Scrolls?
The Elder Scrolls.
Okay, Elder Scrolls. And I can surely see some Lovecraftian influence in the Elder Scrolls too, for sure, especially with the gods there and such. The feel of it, yeah, some of that feel. Yeah, I didn't even realize that. It's very Lovecraftian feel in parts of the Elder Scrolls. D&D, D&D for sure. The D&D is influenced by just about everything as they steal things and without copywriting it. So for surely, even the, what is it called, like a sight cat or something, what Chris mentioned reminded me of it. It's like a cat with 2 black tentacles on its back. But yeah, even Cthulhu is in D&D or in Pathfinder, forgot which. So there you have it.
Cthulhu himself isn't in D&D, but there is the deep ones are essentially the version of.
But I think there are the deep ones. I think I may have seen Cthulhu too in the Beast Theory, but again, I'm not sure if it's Pathfinder or the other one, and I'd have to double check. So don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure, and I know there's others.
Are you sure you've seen Cthulhu and not a Mind?
No, it wasn't a Mind Flayer. It's definitely, the artwork is of basically Cthulhu, and I think it was named that. And remember, Cthulhu is copyright free, so they can use him no problem. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I can double check that after. I have the Beast series in the computer, but I'm pretty sure he's there. And a note to all you guys, as you grow older and start creating things and games and stuff, Lovecraftian lore is copyright free. It's a gold mine. I don't want to say it too loud. I don't want too many people to hear about it out there. Already tons know because they create Kickstarters using the theme. But there's really no other theme, let me know if there is, quite as big and awesome as Lovecraftian that is legal for you to use. Everything else, you need copyright if you're creating a product.
Every mythology is also free of copyright. Like Norse, Greek, that kind of stuff, and Egyptian.
That's right. So
and those are technically bigger than the Lovecraftian one.
They are bigger. They are older and of mixed writers too. So Lovecraftian is the more recent one, but there's a few others. But Lovecraft and of course mythology, but we know that one. But as far as more modern day writers, you can take advantage of Lovecraft. You can't steal Call of Cthulhu, though. Titles like that you cannot touch. That is copyrighted, 100%. Okay, let's continue. So thank you, Minky. Let's continue. Let's go to JMPF. You still didn't go. If you want to go, if you can hear me, please share in the text. Chris, you can. You're welcome to.
Not restricted to specifically Lovecraft monsters, but just Lovecraftian monsters. I think I have something to share, but if someone wants to go first, I'd be happy to give up the spotlight.
Okay, let me see. Fog is a movie with ghosts and pirates. I like Fog. Louis said I picked Shoggoth as my Lovecraftian monster. Sent the info and pick on Messenger. So I'll check that real quick.
Hmm.
Cool, and there's JMPF's. So let me see Shogoth real quick. Let me open Messenger privately here. Come on, load up. Load up Louis' message. We could probably just Google Shogoth real quick to get some images. There we go. Search, switch. And here we go, guys. Some images for you. Shogoth. Yes, great. A formless embodiment. I love creatures like this. I don't know why. I do like body horror type monsters too. They bring me pleasure. Were created by the elder things from Antarctica. Okay, so that is... So Shogoth is actually Lovecraft, right?
I personally don't know.
Okay. Okay, well, let's see.
They're from the Mountains of Madness.
Mountains of Madness. Okay. So that's the book. Awesome. Thank you, JMPF. Louis says, today the monster I picked is Shogoth. They were a race of amorphous blobs with faces and eyes created by the Elder Things, which is another Lovecraftian monster race. They used them to build underwater cities, and they were controlled via telepathy. They can grow as many arms and as many legs of many kinds to complete their tasks. Ooh, the perfect workers. Eventually, they grew a consciousness of their own and turned on their creators. Nice. They feed on mainly marine life, but can adapt to feed on other sustenance. They have a high tolerance for pain and, given enough time, can generate lost mass. Love it. My question is, I wonder just how malevolent they are. They turn against their creators, fine, but are they going to go on destroying people and things, or are they actually just they just want to survive and live? Last week I forgot to put the artwork. Is it mine? Don't take credits for this.
They want to be left alone.
Cool. Okay, so JMPF, thank you, JMPF. So they just want to live. They just don't want to be slaves. Here is a drawing Louis added. It's not his drawing, it's somebody else's artwork. So, of a Shogoth.
That is quite a spoopy.
And I'll bring this one over. So yeah, it's just a big fleshy mass with eyes, mouths, tentacles, arms, legs. Kind of like the thing I'm painting right now. Okay. Thank you, Louis. Once again, thank you, Louis. Okay, the Reanimator movie is based on the tale of Lovecraft. Really? Ah, yes, the Reanimator. I still need to watch that if I haven't. And it's based on a Lovecraftian tale, but I don't feel that it is Lovecraftian horror. Okay, so it's not that in tune. Okay, as an animator, it's hard to animate love. Okay, Chris, would you like to... Hold on. JMPF.
I can hold.
Okay, thanks. So, JMPF. He says, oh boy. As old as the stars themselves, Glaaki has a vast reservoir of knowledge, and not only of the supernatural entities that exist on Earth, but those which predate it. Whilst he is aquatic in nature, in his physical form, Glaaki resembles nothing so much as an enormous slug with slender spines which appear to be made of matte metal. but which are in fact organic in nature. These quills can inject substance to ensure the victim's compliance. Those skewered in such a way are granted Glaki's gift of everlasting life, albeit as an undead puppet. In addition, it is capable of forming tentacles tipped with eyes so as to keep its true nature hidden whilst observing the world from beneath the water's depths. Glaaki's cult, a group of depraved humans, both mortal and undead, wrote a series of scriptures known as the Revelations of Glaaki. What these writings contain is unknown, though it cannot be anything good. That's awesome. I'd love to see the writings. So another big mass of flesh with spines. Injecting a type of poison or venom into its foe that enslaves them. There you go. More slavery. Just milk. Nice. So you live forever, but you have to serve it. You're kind of mindless. So you become, essentially that. Zombie. It's turning zombies. Beautiful. Excellent share, JMPF. Thank you very much. I love it. And Chris, you're welcome to share. Chris?
Oh, so is it my turn?
Yes, please.
Right. Well, I'd like to talk about a particular thing that has been mentioned on a couple of times on one of these streams, but I personally, from what I've experienced, is the one most fitting thing that I can talk about. Specifically, the Tyranids from Warhammer 40k. Now, we have discussed them in the third stream, or technically the official first stream, about like xenomorphic races that assimilate things into them. But that is their most. I was discussing them on just a face value level. In truth, the Tyranids are perhaps the greatest example of cosmic horror, the true thing that is Lovecraft, in my opinion, even more so than chaos. Because end of the day, chaos is something that operates by rules. It's a thing that you can understand, you can mold it, you just have to know how it works. With the Tyranids, you essentially just have essentially no hope of coming across it, as the vast thing about them that is too immense for a mere mind to comprehend is not what they look like, or you can study and observe their forms. It is their hive mind specifically, which is the collective consciousness of the entirety of the Tyranid species, which is a species that has eaten galaxies worth of biomass. So, and that is why they are collectively known as the Great Devourer. And it's much more simple when you start, but it's simple to look at them at an initial glance, but as you start to zoom out, it all becomes ever the more worrisome. You have them coming in to claim a planet. You then start to feel the brunt of their immense pushback with all the numbers that they can wield and muster. Slowly, but over time, the numbers grow even larger and defense becomes nigh impossible, yet some stragglers continue on. If this thing decides to actually load, I'm trying to upload images. Hello,
Hello.
Z.
Sorry, I get nothing done.
But in the end, even though you fight as you resist, they just overwhelm you with just how much there is of them, how much they consume and continue to adapt, taking everything you have ever been and utilizing it to become something greater. And as you can see with these pictures, I'm slowly but surely just zooming out of what the Tyranids do, and this is going into space. And as you zoom out into the entire universe, you finally begin
Nice.
to fully see the massiveness of it, the Great Devourer.
That's right.
Yes,
The
yes. That's an
thing-
artistic remembering from a mad artist.
It's an artistic representation of the Tyranids that are closing in to just devour the universe because of how vast both their numbers and their consciousness is. They operate on a scale unimaginable to anything mortal, and their
Nothing.
entire focus is to just devour and consume. And end of the day, when you in those cases of people who have touched the Tyranid hive mind, usually psychers, people who are capable of, using psychic powers, when actually coming into contact with the colossal scale of the hive mind,
They go
they
insane.
go insane or just straight up kill themselves because, end of the day, no matter how powerful you are, no matter how much you try, struggle, and hold, you are futile. You are fleeting. This This thing is an unstoppable tide, essentially. That is cutting a swath through the whole of creation and consuming all of it, becoming all the more strong for it.
Yep.
I would blow up a few stars and get rid of that thing.
And unlike Necrons, it's biological. And unlike Chaos, it's not necessarily evil. It's just life.
I
Well,
don't
chaos
know
is
what your
not
definition
evil
of
on its own.
evil is, but this is definitely selfish to an extent that would
Sure,
hit the
sure,
idea of
it's-
the...
Survival.
Unlike chaos, it is uncontrollable because chaos,
Mm.
just by knowing how it works, you can control it to an extent. With the Tyranids, you don't have that luxury.
Excellent.
I mean, it's very simple. They cannot evolve resistance towards being disintegrated particle by particle. That is
Y-
small.
Yes, but you do not have enough metal boys to departicleize all of them before they rip you to shreds.
We tore the galaxy apart. I dare say that we might.
For those
And
of
they have
you,
eaten many other galaxies.
For
They
those-
do have a few bit more on top of you, belt-wise.
primeval. Yeah, primeval. For those of you unaware of the Tyranids, or as I like to, I think I'm the only one that says Tyrannids. I like both. I think, well, whatever.
Go.
If any of you are new or unaware of this faction or species, this was a great little introduction on them. So thank you, Chris, from the on-ground standpoint all the way to the universe's point of view. That is an image. That last one there, it is feeding basically upon a galaxy, a growth.
And that's what I tried to mimic with I was specifically selecting them, just how you can see it from the very first clash on the ground battle as you just zoom out and get a bigger perspective of how much more horrifying it is.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the Tyranids are the superior Lovecraftian creation within 40k, because, as I mentioned, Chaos, it is possible to understand Chaos and to actually manipulate and control it, bend it to your will. As
While
does
it
follow
is
concrete
folly
rule.
to try, it is definitely an
It
option.
is, but it is possible. Because end of the day, Chaos follows rules, and if you know those rules, you can play it.
Right.
With
Well,
the Tyranids,
rules is a strong term, but it follows, yes, guidelines, for better or worse.
but you don't have that with the Tyranids. They're just
Adapting.
and all-consuming hunger
Mhm.
that continues on and on until all of creation has been consumed. And that, I think, is what plays the best in as personally for me, Lovecraftian monsters. It's cosmic horror, something so vast and unimaginable to such a scale that mere mortal minds just go insane from it. The Tyranids are just their hive mind. The Great Devourer just operates on such a gargantuan level that you can't hope to possibly grasp it and stay sane after witnessing it.
Right.
Which is why everyone who touches it goes insane.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, Chris.
Indeed, indeed.
That was beautiful. Brought a tear to my eye. Um.
I am good at speaking.
So, indeed, the Tyranids. Let me see, what was I gonna add?
I do have 1 week, though.
It's like you said, Chaos has doctrines. They have their specific ways, and once you figure that out, you can figure them out. Even something as sick as Slanesh. And they have
Oh, that's simple. It
personal
does have to-
vendettas and things like that. Tyranids don't have anything personal against you or anyone else, or even probably
Teleports
revenge.
behind you, nothing personal, kid.
It's a matter of greediness. It's a matter of life taking over. The strongest taking over, and its primeval force. And that's what the Tyranids are. So-
Tyranids aren't really evil, and they are technically aren't primal. They were. It is a theory that the race that was fighting the Necrons, called the Old Ones, created the Tyranids as a means to strip away life and therefore sustenance from the Catan, the gods that the Necrons were initially subjugated by, in order to make them weaker by starving them. But then the Old Ones died, and they forgot to install an off switch, so the Tyranids went away from the galaxy and went about and devoured a few other galaxies. And now, because a bunch of stupid blueberries and Smurfs blew up a thing, the Tyranids saw the flash of that explosion and are now coming by to Nom Nom, our galaxy.
Nice. Yeah, if you're facing them, again, yeah, I don't see them as evil. I see them as, well, it's a greedy life force, so you could say that, but you can say that with a lot of life and bacteria. But it can surely be so creepy, because looking into the mind attacks and such, and mind control, with Chaos, you can expect evil, twisted things. You kind of know what to expect, even though it'll still be beyond what you can maybe imagine and totally evil. But with Tyranids, it's like, what can you expect will be going into your mind? It will be so alien, so different, so unrelating to you, yet absolutely relating to you to take over you. It's a creepy idea. It's in itself quite Lovecraftian too.
Good snacks every now and then, but a galaxy or two.
40k Theories also pronounces it Tyranids. Cool. Thank you, bro. Raincrawler shared his monster. Yeah, let's take a look at Raincrawler. So thank you, Chris. Thank you very much on that.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
My favorite. It's hard for me to say my favorite faction, but at least it's the faction that I played as when I played 40k. I still own some Tyranids, and I want more because the models are gorgeous. What can I say? Tyranids all the way. Okay, we're going to read on Raincrawler. Raincrawler. Here we go. Some awesome artwork by him. Let me transfer this artwork to the main group so you guys don't have to move around. For your convenience, here you go. And I will go back there and read it. So that is by Raincrawler, who's watching us on YouTube and chatting with us. He said, Wilbur Watali from Dunwich Horror. He is Yog-Sothoth, son, his brother, is the Dunwich Horror. Half great old one, half human. Much more than meets the eye. His main purpose was to open the gates to the old ones with the key, the Necronomicon. He grew prematurely at 7 years old, had facial hair. At 15 years, he was 9 feet tall. Parts of his upper body and leathery skin, but waist down. He was covered in fur like a fawn. Eyes on his hips. Great, we all love eyes on the hips. Tentacles from his abdomen. His feet were similar to Saurians, and a tail with an undeveloped mouth. Let's take a closer look at that tail now. Any thoughts? Any?
I have observation of that one, because that creature has always freaked me the I couldn't find any good else.
Beautiful rendition. Raincrawler, personally, I'm going to shout you out on the face. You did a wonderful job on the face. That nose. Go ahead, Chris.
The whole of it just looks incredibly lovely.
Indeed. You even got the star from the actual Necronomicon. I used to own that Necronomicon, Book of the Dead. Actually, not quite the Book of the Dead, but yeah, I owned that one, and it had that star in the front, so well done, Rain. Tentacles, I am just enjoying this. I like the details here. I like that from a distance you're just like, it's just a fawn or satyr. But you get closer and you see all those details that make it for what it is. Beautiful artwork, Rain. Let's see, change the clues. So this is from official lore. Now the Necronomicon, and I'd have to look in the history because that's not all Lovecraft. I think Lovecraft took the Necronomicon maybe into his stories. Lovecraftian wasn't.
Well, I think he...
Go ahead.
Lovecraft created Necronomicon. It was literally the thing that was the source of all, Bible of all Lovecraft. Evil,
Indeed.
supernatural.
Okay. It is debated by some and believed by some as well that Lovecraft was himself a sort of mystic,
No, he was just a very troubled, very not good person.
He was that indeed. He was that indeed. But then, looking into his writings and the things he was creating, that's where that aspect came in. And he's created such a following that, even consciously, if he created it or not, he has had that influence on the world and on people and in his writings and works. Nonetheless, interesting. Today's a little bit of a memorial, I guess, to Lovecraft. Let's continue. Mandela effect, on the other note. Man, that's an awesome sketch. Love the detail. Cool. Louis loves the detail. What's up, C?
Well, the thing about Lovecraft was that all the thing we consider flaws with him was what opened the door to the stories that he wrote, the things that we did not. Imaginary mind that opened the gate, so to speak, for all us to see what it was that he feared, he thought, what he It is such people that are able to open the doors for other people that cannot see the thing.
Indeed. Thank you for laying that out.
I will not say that Lovecraft was particularly... I'll dare say he's just an interesting, if any.
Interesting is a good word for it, yes. But I just wanted to say on the topic of the Necronomicon, it's adorable, but it is by far the... It's the...
Cheesiest.
No. The Necronomicon is the most... It's not the most powerful or potent or cool version of such a book. It cannot match the glory and might of the Bombonomicon.
I was about to mention that, but
Oh,
it
goodness.
was, it's haunted.
Yes.
Great. And yay. Well, like you said, see, he opened paths for other people to see, and that's what writers and creators do. And what's to say that in another dimension, in another reality, scientifically speaking, absolutely, just beyond our understanding, it doesn't actually create something. Something is not created. We are not gods in a sense, or in a tiny sense, we influence the world somewhere, somehow, or even our own with these tales. So it's a very fascinating concept, and one should never be closed-minded to anything like that. Just skeptical. Very, very skeptical. Especially when it comes to footage that people have and stories. As humans are hard to be trusted, as we have all learned. Now then, Giano is here. What does he want? He's here to bother. What a pathetic slayer. And I made him slayer? Arthur, can I get... Oh, here we go. There we go. The neediness is coming in, just like Tyranids. But at least Tyranids can can take over and get what they want instead of begging for it.
That is true.
Wasn't the real Necronomicon came from a book, Arabian guy? Yeah, horror show. The one I owned was supposedly written by a crazed Arab. I think the title, though, Necronomicon, maybe is an original Lovecraft thing, but the actual book that is sold in those sections, the magic type book, is not, but they did steal maybe the title. So I think the title itself is a Lovecraftian creation, but I'd have to double check on that. Schedule. Let's see.
The Necronomicon Abdul has read, or
Yes.
something else.
That's right. I remember. And that's about opening the gates to various demons.
Yes.
It's a
he
pretty cool
is-
read. Believe it or not, I always find those books fascinating to read, or just to look through.
It is not the only book. There are others that can,
For sure.
so to speak, invoke the ways of Lovecraft. Lovecraft always hinted at there was more behind the veil of reality, the thing. And it was simply the fact that if you knew how to let it in, anyone could do it. And that was where the danger lies.
Dio, are you still here? Holy Dio.
No.
Are you still awake? It says do not disturb. He might have fallen asleep. I shall summon Dio 3 times. Holy Dio. Holy Dio. Holy Dio. If he didn't hear that, he's gone. He's a goner. He's a goner, folks. He's turned half fish. By tomorrow, we will be seeing Dio not only swimming in the water, but breathing within it. Jaws of Death. Okay, so that's all. We'll see if Dio has anything. See, I shared... Actually, see, our first share
Yes.
was what you were talking about with it. I think, Donde?
Pennywise?
Yes, he shared that. Did you have something else you wanted to share?
Well, I remember there being several Lovecraftian entities of which I was very fond of, yes. Well, most certainly there was, what's it called? The marker from Dead Space, It from Stephen King's It, rather,
Both covered?
Pennywise. It took the form of a clown, of...
Something
but it could
unimaginable,
take any
too.
form for any reason.
Indeed, and both of those got covered already. So somebody covered, actually Pro covered Brother Moons and Dead Space, and Pennywise. So anything else?
There was one more.
One more, yes, that
Was-
you forgot because he made you forget. The monster itself made you forget, made you puzzle. Oh, he saw Cthulhu. So yeah, Pennywise, his appearance was unimaginable, right?
Well, his appearance
One of
was
them,
what he
the
wanted
original.
it to be. But it was something different for every person that saw him.
Right, but his original appearance, I think, of the actual demon.
Isn't he just a cloud of darkness in his original appearance?
I do not remember the exact description of which he is
Does anyone know?
described.
Shout out if anybody knows. Holy diver. Had to do that. Thank you guys on chat. Yeah, if anybody knows, recalls exactly, or can Google quickly to Pennywise's original appearance, is it just a cloud, or is it something unimaginable? Is it perceptible? Let us know. I have a monstrous seed fear. What is it, JMPF?
What will that be?
Some sort of 8-legged freak. Donde says, not sure. We're reading the book, so we'll tell you when I get there. Awesome, Donde. Good luck. It's a long one. Okie dokie. So looks like everybody's gone. My only shout out today. There it is. That's a beautiful one. Sorry, not for me. This is what JMPF said would scare C. Yes, C would not ride this. It would not be his mount or pet. He would burn
I
it down.
would shoot. At any possible moment in time, I would take out anything that could possibly be considered harmful to that thing and, if possible, kill it. Brutally so.
You know what makes it less scary than a spider? The face. Considering it
Yes.
has a skull face, there are breasts on top too. But that's less scary to me. I'm not afraid of
No.
that skull poking me or biting me. I'm afraid of the rest, and I'm afraid of that big stinger in the back. But the skull, skulls are friendly.
Oh, well, there was. Oh yeah, it was this Sheila, I think, not Sheila.
Sheila.
Yeah.
What's the
Ungoliath.
Lovecraftian Mongolian? Thank you.
Oh no, the
Oh,
Ungoliath is the
Mother
mother
of
of
Shelob.
Shelob.
Yes, the thing is that in tokens, the Lord of the Rings series, in the what's it called?
Silmarillion.
Yes, the original book, or rather the prequel, so to speak, the funding story,
yes.
The world building book.
yes, it details the
That Ungoliath was made from the great darkness of the void beyond the world.
yes.
Couple shout outs. Thank you, Rain Crawler. Excellent. I almost forgot to mention this too. Rain Crawler mentioned Blue Worm made a great video on the Dagon Tale. Blue Worm, as I like to give this guy shout outs. I don't think he knows quite how to kind of build an audience and how much reception his work would really get. He's on YouTube. He's over in Europe. I forgot which country. He makes stop motion monsters and little videos, and I simply love them. And his channel should be as big as ours or bigger, I believe. It is Blue Worm, BLU Worm, WRRM, and he makes little videos of all the Lovecraftian, like little poems. Not all, but several he's done already. A lot of Lovecraft lore in there, different stories, and he does little videos, little, tiny little movies per se. I do want him, so I'm shouting him out because I've done it before and I've done it on Monstercast. I'm doing it again, and I want him to be the judge along with myself in this year's art contest. I'm going to contact him again. Last year he said he's busy, so I had AJ Pickett join me in judging your guys' artwork. This year I do want Blue Worm to join us. If you guys, there's not many of you here. There's not enough of you here. But if you guys could... What the hell was that? Super, you turn that thing off. That thing should not be on right now.
Well, that was scary.
Donde.
I can't turn it off.
We all know what that was.
Super,
It's unspeakable.
Super OCD speaks.
Sorry.
She is speaking. We don't need a moment of silence.
Super OCD speaks.
Don't say too much or she'll get quiet.
My phone buzz
From a phone.
for some reason.
Hello.
So, guys, if what you can do, please, because I have a feeling if I ask him, he's gonna say he's busy again or something, and I want to do this not only because he's a great artist. It's not much work for him to judge the artwork, but he also gets a shout out for my channel, and hopefully that does something for him, and it will. I just wish it could do more.
Done with that.
Here is
But
the
enjoy.
channel name, Blue Worm. Look it out and give him some love. I don't know if you guys could somehow inspire him to join us and judge. I didn't actually contact him yet, so I don't know what to tell you guys, but I want actual viewers to remind him that he should do this. I don't know how. Let's see. I don't know, because then he'll know that I talked about that, but how about you go over there and put WUM supports you. Hashtag WUM supports you. There's not many of us, so even if 2 of you do it, that's great. But if all, it's not much that I ask for. He'll figure out what WUM is once I contact him again. He does follow us. He's subscribed to us.
Oh,
Look
that
how
is
much I'm
nice.
talking about him here. So WUM supports... Oh, crap. WUM supports you. And if you guys can shoot him some of that, and if he can see that, then by the time I contact him and ask him to judge, he'll be like, well, I see people support me there. At least he'll think it. So please Please do that. Don't do what Pro said. That'll get confusing.
All right. Well, the thing is that I hate spiders, and Angoliav is a ginormous fucking spider. And not that. After
Again.
having feasted upon some of the gems, and most of the gems actually, except the Silmarillions themselves, which were powerful in their own way, she was basically able to stand up to literally the big evil bad guy in the entirety of Lord of the Rings.
Still talking about beating the spider. Where's my harp?
Mr. Morgoth literally had to summon all of his dragon-riding, whatchamacallit, Balrogs in order to save from her.
These things are literally the creature that took out These guys are on the same level as...
The silence
so, like,
overtook him.
12 Gandalfs on riding dragons took to... Plus whatever Morgoth was doing took to fight away Ungoliath.
I don't know why
I'm
we're talking about this.
Okay.
Okay.
That kind
I have my portion to share too. And again, I'm not going to stop mentioning this. Go put hashtag WOM supports you over on Blue Worm's channel under a video in his community section, wherever or everywhere. There's only a few of us. If all of us could do that, that would be great, because that would only be like 10 people or less. Yeah, less than some of us are sleeping already. Please do that. Okay, so I didn't have much to share today on Lovecraftian creatures, but I did want to give a shout out to Deep Madness, the game I unboxed, the board game that I funded. It was the first ever board game I funded. It was an excellent deal. The resale is very high because of the amount of miniatures you got, and the monsters in it. The miniatures are just so splendid. This is also a shout out to my Instagram, because on Instagram I post almost daily, at least in the live thing, the story, of what I'm painting lately as far as miniatures. And right now I'm working through some Deep Madness ones. I'm working through a big boss one right now. I'm going to post some in Creating Monsters here as well. But do follow us over on Instagram as World of Monsters TV. World of Monsters TV. That's who we are on Instagram. The more people support us there, the more active it will get too. But that's kind of my artistic outlet now. And here's an example of the miniatures of the base board game, and you'll see very Lovecraftian. There's even Cthulhu statues that I will be painting soon they're actually Cthulhu. Why the hell is that not? Okay, there it is. So there you have it. There's many more.
I remember this. I knew one of...
I think the worm, if you remember, Pro, I found your Deep Fia. One of them is called, because there's different ones. There's gluttony. It's on the different sins and fears. There's bathophobia.
Bathophobia?
Bathophobia, the fear of watery depths, of the unknown of watery depths. That's called bathophobia.
So literally just being out on deep water where you can't see what's underneath you.
Indeed.
Or just in deep water.
Right now I'm working on what is it? I just finished the atrocities. What am I working on now? Mutilation. Let me show you guys this one. It's an awesome miniature. Mutilation. They are so detailed, and thing I love about these guys too is I didn't have to base them. I didn't have to base paint them. I didn't have to spray them with paint. I just started applying paint, and it's actually sticking to the plastic, which is profound in miniature painting.
Those do look quite disturbing.
Oh, they are. And that's just some of them. I have, with the Kickstarter, I got 2 more expansions, so even more. I'm working on this guy. He's called Mutilation. If you guys take a closer look, you can see the body parts all over it. The almost full humanoid body parts with demonoid heads, long tongues. There's just arms, legs, heads coming out from all over it. It's body horror to the max. Beautiful mini and big too. So I'm working on that one now, and I'm updating on that every day that I work on it. I usually work on it when I retire my work for the day and editing videos and other stuff, then I go there and paint stuff. So shout out to both. Again, very Lovecraftian inspired. There's actually Lovecraftian things in the game, so there you have it. Deep madness. I don't know. This board game thing, it hit me, the bug hit me already a year ago, over a year, and it's got a hold of me. I don't know what's up. But I'm feeding that bug the more I talk on it, so I'll move on. All those miniatures are awesome, says Louis. Indeedo. Anybody fan of Blasphemous Video Monster design? Not sure. Okay, I think I'm done. Yeah, Blue Worm, shout out. That's it from my side. Super. Hi, Super OCD. How are you?
I turn off notifications Discord so you don't get that noise.
If you could speak closer to the mic or a little louder, that would help. I do have
Sorry,
it.
I got a new phone and the notifications are really loud and annoying. I just turn them off. So
I
it shouldn't
see.
happen again, sorry.
Not the notifications, the notifications.
Yeah, that was the noise you heard. the
Awesome.
buzzing noise. In reality, it was my notifications.
Makes
For some reason,
sense.
they're really loud and annoying for some reason. I don't know why. I think it's just 'cause it's an old phone.
You're going to have to start smacking them just like you smack that keyboard, so smack all the devices. Super OCD, while I have you here in voice, it's a very rare occasion. Do you have any Lovecraftian type or looking monster that you would like to
Monsters?
bring up?
I don't think I've made any Lovecraftian monsters. No, I haven't. Sorry.
All right.
Disappoint you.
Fair enough. No disappointment. The truth is never disappointing. Or it can be. I shouldn't have said that. Alrighty then.
I sort of kind of the thing.
Monster boss statues chain tripped me out. Louis saying, so that's Blasphemous, Louis, that you're talking about?
Huh?
Okay. Alright, everybody. Jono's here, but not here. Anything else anyone wants to bring up before we finish this up? It's 4 o'clock for me here. Again, thank you everyone for sharing. Donde on it, Darth Phoenix, the SCP, JMPF. You had a great share there too. Chris, you did a beautiful introduction to kind of introductory speech on the Tyranids.
I tried. Thank you.
Lovely. It, again, Warhammer, damn it. It made me think of the Borg. I was listening on that lately. The Borg and Z's faction. I just forgot their name. C, what's your faction in Warhammer? Necrons. Of course, I
Yes.
just had to remember his voice, and I could remember the faction. Necrons, the Borg. And Necrons are very Tyrannid-ish.
Lovecraft.
They're just more, they're the mechanical side of it. They're the technology side, and kind of the Borg are as well. Very powerful.
They're technically meant to be the undead side, but they're also
Right, so maybe they're more like necromorphs in a sense, if we're looking to a biological similar one. But yeah, very, very interesting, very cool, very powerful, very adaptive these factions are. I always like to add, because there's a few of them, right? There's Zergs, there's the Halo ones, but I always like to add into the mix, as I mentioned before, the necromorphs, for all those dead bodies that start showing up when the others battle it out. I think they just make it all the more interesting when we add that little spiciness of the necromorphs and the brother moons into the mix.
I just had to imagine the Tyranids versus the Necromorphs now. I can only imagine that action.
Oh, I forgot to do the vote. All right, and that's how we'll end the show today. Let's vote for our next topic. Thank you, Rain. Who was that? Thank you, Louis Zenadog, for reminding me. So, Louis' suggestion for next week's chat is anatomy monsters that represent a certain anatomy. like an ear monster, hand monster, big brain, stuff like that. So that's one suggestion. What do you guys have? I think so too, Pro.
I like that one.
Okay.
Evolution monsters?
What did you say?
Done that.
Super OCD mentioned super. Evolution of monsters.
We
I mean, like,
the
how a
evolution of
monster
monsters.
could, like, evolve, like a dragon could evolve.
Okay, hold on. So, Chris, did you say you have a suggestion, or you were just contemplating?
Because Z said evolution monsters, and I said we've basically done that technically twice.
Right,
enough.
all the assimilation stuff. Super OCD, what were you saying? Oh, she went silent, everybody. She went silent. Super OCD.
In
Dante
text.
says doctor monsters.
Doctor
Joe.
Monster. Ooh,
Joe.
we can do that. I like that. Reminds me of Dr. Giggles. Unpopular
I
monster.
don't know.
Okay, we got 4 so far. So I think, and I'm not ignoring.
Oh, so she is asking how monsters could evolve in our world.
I have some idea.
Oh.
Can we break
Monsters to
that?
throw at procrastinatron.
Can we specify that somehow monsters could... How about monsters that... I'll go with OCDs and say monsters that could live... That we could see living on our planet with its environment.
Is it monsters that could evolve in real life.
Yeah. Okay, that's enough, guys. Don't throw any more. Let me write them all down.
I am tempted to. I'm gonna vote for the doctor monsters or monsters with doctors involved with them.
Makes me think of the nurses. Doctor Monsters.
Hello, is anyone still there?
Yes.
Yes. I'm just typing away.
Yes.
Okay.
Earthly. No. Real monsters. Okay, here they are all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 suggestions. Chris, if you can write down yours. I think you said the doctor one. I'm going to vote the anatomy one, I think.
I'm gonna vote for the doctor monsters or monsters that have doctors associated with them.
Okay.
Me and Dande are on the same team.
I mean, doctor monsters? That sounds interesting.
Not doctored monsters. Monsters that could be real. Okay, so let's take a look at the vote. Maybe, so I guess Louis votes anatomy, okay. Rank crawler, horror show, if you're still there. Let me know what you guys vote. Right now we have 1, 2 for doctor. 1, Darth and Pro are voting the exact same thing, which is for 2 there. Then me and him anatomy. There's too many ties here. There's like 4 different ties. Who isn't voting? JMPF. Can you vote? Please choose one. Yes. Shout him out. Good job, Pro.
Yeah, awesome.
Expert on noobs. Horror show said I vote. Vote horror show. Yeah. Horror show. If you can vote for one of the topics for next discussion, There are 5 of them. They are unpopular opinion monsters, dark lords, doctor monsters, monsters that could be real, anatomy monsters. What do you think? If you look at the screen, I have them here in case you forget. Okay, let's see. Let's see who's going to break the tie. Yes, unpopular, she said. Looks like unpopular may be in the lead by 1.
Yes.
Although they did vote for 2.
Monster opinion. What would an unpopular
I'm
monster?
kind of for that one too. I do like that one. Okay, I think 3. Okay, let's wait for JMPF's response, and that'll be the final one. Ooh, Raincrawler says doctor. That's a 3rd one for doctor.
Ooh.
Oh, but Horror Show said anatomy. That's a 3rd one for anatomy. We got a 3-way
So we
tie with
have-
3.
Ooh.
This is yes, yes, Chris. It's getting hot in here.
JMPF. Get a PhD. Get that PhD.
Unpopular opinion
Unpopular.
should host the cast. Okay. Wait, what? That's not a vote. He was just saying that's an unpopular opinion. JMPF, you need a vote.
But yes, I vote for unpopular.
Unpopular. Okay.
Ah, damn it.
So is that for the win then? It is for the win, isn't it? Yep, that looks like 4. Okay. Fair enough. Unpopular. So next week's topic will be unpopular opinion monsters, or unpopular opinions on a monster. Basically something you think that most disagree with you upon about a particular monster or monster lore. So yeah, find it out. Some kind of monster maybe you like. I know maybe not an unpopular opinion in my case, but I do like the aesthetic appearance of gremlins quite a bit. I've shared that a few times, and I haven't really seen people disagree, but maybe I put them too high sometimes. And I may have, I don't know. It depends what we're talking about. That was a bad example. But anyway, you guys know what unpopular means. Sorry, I'm thinking of food, Horror Show said. So anyway, should be an interesting topic. I look forward to seeing you guys there. I thank you all very much for coming back, for doing this with me, with us. Not only is it just fun, I do feel the support for what I do through these. So whenever I lose motivation or something, every Saturday I'm reminded that, hey, there is some support, there's some friendship, some camaraderie in this whole trip, this whole journey that I've been going through, and now we're going through to some degree. And I just wanted to let you guys know, once again, that I appreciate it, you're appreciated. Thank you.
Well, we appreciate you, Arthur.
You rock, Chris.
Yes.
All right, guys, say your goodbyes. Again, go to Blue Worm, BLUWORM, and write hashtag WUM supports you. I just hope he'll get what that means. And let's hope that he'll help me judge your artwork. He rocks. On that, thank you, Lovecraft. Thank you, folks here. Thank you, Donde. Thank you, Darth Phoenix. Thank you, JMPF. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Pro. Thank you, Supro CD. Thank you, C. And thank you, Sleepy Dio. Thank you, Me Horror Show. Thank you, Louis Zenadog. And thank you, Raincrawler. I bid you all stay monstrous, my friends. Until next time. Go ahead, guys.
As per
Hi,
tradition,
everyone.
for the last words of Victor Woodmonster's last word likely be, do not fear the unknown. Seek it out, study it, understand it. And to that, my last words, which they are going to be slightly different than usual. Considering our topic today, Lovecraftian monsters, horrors beyond mortal imagination that are so vast that makes everyone who touches close to them insane, beings of immeasurable power. There is always, of course, the one solution for them. And that is the image I posted.
Oh, okay. I thought you wanted us to all say in a chorus mode, shoot him in the head with the shotgun. I thought that's what you were expecting us to do.
If you want to do it, yes, but I just wanted to share that image.
That is nice. That is a nice gun. Is that what game is that?
That is Doom Eternal, the
Oh.
upcoming sequel to Doom 2016.
Well. There you have it, folks. Thank you, Chris, for speaking on behalf of Victor again for his goodbye. We do miss him. Okay, everybody else, say your goodbyes, and we're off.
So, is that it? Hello?
I'm here.
Hello.
Just ending everything here. We're going off in 3, 2, 1.